this is a message from your guides reading for Earth and Space. Okay, so I have two crystals that I pulled for your reading, and then I have two group crystals here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show these to you, and then I'll surround us in some protective space for the reading. So these are the two group stones. This is my sodalite. So this is a throat chakra stone, also some third eye energies in there, but especially throat chakra. And so it has to do with communication, divine communication, expressing yourself, expressing who you are, setting boundaries, telling your truth. It also, I'm getting a feeling of exposing yourself, like letting other people see you, letting other people in. It feels even like letting your guides in. Talking about what you want, expressing that. And it also feels like allowing the universe to help you, kind of allowing yourself to be helped, but it also feels like from your guides and asking them for help. Guides need permission to help us. Now, on the one hand, they don't, because to a certain extent, we've contracted with them before we ever came here. That's why they're guiding us to begin with. And so to a certain extent, obviously, they're allowed to aid us and send us helpful suggestions and obviously help to guide us throughout our lifetime. But on the other hand, they can only go so far if we're not asking for help. So it just feels like the more that you ask them for help, even if you already are asking them, even if you already talk to them and you already call on them or whatever, the more that you do that, the more that you call on them, the more that you ask them for their guidance and for their help, and specifically for their help with manifesting certain things that you want, the more that they're able to work through you and work through other people and help things to manifest, help things to manifest quicker. And they're just able to guide you more easily so that things can manifest more quickly, so that things can occur more quickly that you would want. But the biggest thing I feel like is visualization. So it's not only affirmations, it's really about visualizing. I feel like that's going to be the biggest key for you when it comes to manifesting what you would prefer, to have, what you would prefer to experience. It feels like the biggest key for you is really visualization. More than just speaking or thinking certain thoughts, that definitely helps to a certain extent. Okay, but what they're saying is the way that we operate, the way that we really perceive the world around us is visually. Yes, there are sounds and we communicate. Obviously, we feel. You could say really we experience everything through feeling. But what they mean is when it comes to what we have around us, we see things. We see things around us. Obviously, we feel things about the things that we observe, but we see those things. When you walk into a room, you see everything that is in the room. Maybe you feel completely neutrally when you walk into the room, but you're still observing. You're looking around, you're seeing everything that is around you. So if you would like something different to be there, then that's really the key to getting your mind to process something else and put something out into the universe, in a way where your mind is going to receive it back. It has to be in a way that's familiar to it. So affirmations can work, to a certain extent, but I feel like with your mind especially, but also with a lot of people's, but with your mind especially, even more so than affirmations, it really feels like visualizing. Even when it comes to, protecting your space, you can say things or pray in a sense. Um, you can call benevolent energies around you, but it feels like what's really going to work the most is just visualizing yourself surrounded in protective light or protective energy, or other visualizations, visualizing yourself surrounded in mirrors, or whatever kind of visualization you would do. Um, the point is, it just feels like you create very easily with visualization, specifically with visualization. So it feels like that's really a key for, um, you when it comes to manifesting, really is visualizing. Not so much sound or thought, even in the way of words, but thoughts in the way of images, because that's how we perceive the world around us. We perceive it through, moving images, and that's really our experience, is moving images. Unless you're a blind person and you lack physical vision, then the way that you're most perceiving everything is through your vision. You're seeing images, and that's how you know that you are here. That's how you are experiencing the world around you and taking everything in, taking in what you are seeing. We see colors, we see light, we see people, we see everything moving around us. We see our house. Every day we see ourselves, we see our physical bodies, in other words. And that's how we are appearing to ourselves. That's what we're seeing. Um, that's like the image that we have of ourself, is this, physical body that we're operating through. We see that every day when we look in a mirror, or just if we look down at ourselves, we see ourselves. When you go into your car, you see your car. Before you get in it, you see your car. Once you're in it, you're seeing it. You're seeing through the window as you're driving. You're seeing everything down the street. So this is the point that they are making. Your mind is constantly seeing images. Even when you fall asleep, um, and you're not seeing these images out in front of you with your physical eyes, your mind is still producing images. So we're dreaming. Sometimes, obviously, we're astral traveling and we're remembering that as well, or that can be part of our dream. But even when we're not doing that, we're still dreaming. So you can see that even inwardly, it's like we're so used to images in front of us that our mind still wants to produce those. So they're saying that if you take time every day and visualize whatever it is that you would want, it's really, the visualization that will cause it, to manifest, to come into being. Okay, So that is all that your guides have to say for this reading. I don't know if I showed you all of the crystals. Actually, I don't think I surrounded us in protective space, but I've done it like a trillion times already because I've been reading everyone. Um, so I just do it every time anyway. Okay, so my sodalite I showed you. Which one did I just drop? My malachite, I think. Where did it go? Found it. So this is my malachite that I just dropped. And then I have my fuchsite as well. I'm realizing how many green crystals I have because all three of these are green. So then I have my zoisite here. So definitely grounding and heart chakra. I feel like the thing that's significant about these is the green color. I don't feel like I'm really gonna say anything about them individually, except the malachite here. The malachite is really good for grounding. Also mental focus. A lot of crystals though that are good for grounding are also good for mental focus. And then also psychic protection. So fuchsite is also really good for healing. And so I feel like that's all that I'm really going to say about those. So that is all that your guides have to say for this reading. So thank you very much for another one, and I truly hope that it benefits you. Namaste.